Yeah, it's 12 March. Time to take rest. I'm trying to grasp, not just know something, but actually grasp it and see the importance. Um, if one, like myself, all of a sudden I'm thinking of one thing and I want to think of something else, want to be like a multitask. Krishna designed this body in such an incredible way that do you want to be a human or do you just want to be a machine? A very important question. Does a person actually want to be a human or, and have the human emotions? Of course, the devotees even want to even go further than that. They want to get even to the bobs. So there's like a little switch that you operate or I operate. As soon as I'm thinking of something and my mind wanders to something else, what happens is the parasympathetic nervous system is shut down. The vagus nerve is shut off. Yeah. It's for me, it's like incredible how Krishna, I don't want to be treated like a machine. And I don't want to be a machine. And I want human feelings to come out. Well, if I really want that, I won't act like a machine. This body was made single task, not multitask. You are attacking, I think it's called the parasympathetic nervous system, which the vagus nerve is like the controller of. As soon as you start thinking of something, worrying about something else, and and on and on. Now, I got to say that the masculine body is set up in such a way that we are not so easy to do multitask because our wiring goes from front to back. I don't know the exact way it does, but they say it's front to back. Whereas a lady's wiring is left to right, and they're separate. And because the wiring is left to right and they're separate, there can be different tasks going on at the same time without any problem. But still, when the mind instead of being human, it'll act like a computer if you try to do multitask. It will no longer be in a human mode. So a person who wants to find himself, that's the most important thing, and also find higher things, you should understand that don't be diverted. Don't let your attention be diverted. Now, of course, there's mechanical tricks to reset the vagus nerve. One is the tongue up against the top teeth or the bottom teeth. When the tongue is the most, if you compare electrical movement, electrical impulse, electrical, intensity and everything, the tongue is the most. It has the most electricity. It creates movement, momentum. The tongue. And just by putting this tongue up against the top teeth, not pushing hard. If you push hard, again you become mechanical. The vagus nerve is very sensitive and very loving. So if it senses anything like anger, too much joy, or anything like this, it'll just cut off. But if you lovingly, sweetly, gently put your tongue up against the upper teeth and also the lower teeth, you can do, then you are connecting the vagus nerve. And this connection, you get used to it, I mean, if you drive a car or something like that, there's no way you can have your vagus nerve working in a human way. It's just not possible. But just sitting in my room and putting my tongue up against my teeth, I can start for myself, because when you become older, it's harder for you to go out and do things. So I'm not associating as much. I'm not running around as much. I used to lose so much energy and use so much energy just walking around and talking with people. I'm not able to do that anymore. I want to do it, but I'm not able to do it. So I many times just find myself in the bedroom. Well, the bedroom's more than just a bedroom. It's got so much beauty here. But I find myself with an anxiety to want to go do something. But practically speaking, just by myself putting in practice this connecting with the vagus nerve, I can sit here probably all day long. I'm not going to get worried about what time it is, what time it isn't. I don't feel that worry anymore. I mean, I'm not going to be sleeping too late or staying up too late or anything like that. I'll definitely follow something like that. But I don't feel an anxiety. And I feel more of a completeness. You start feeling yourself. It's like a completeness. And then when you start feeling this, like feeling yourself and complete, feeling complete, you feel satisfied. So many things can be going on, and it's not that I shut my ears and eyes and everything. There's so many things that's going on, and so many, too many things going on. But still, there is like a wave of able to not tolerate, but able to just sit and think. Just sit and think. And just be satisfied. Yeah. So I thought I'd mention that. Because I think everybody wants to be in that state of mind where let me just sit down and do nothing, and feel all right. Not feel the anxieties of time on your back. Yeah. Of course, you have to be awake to the atmosphere. But I feel I'm more awake to the atmosphere now than before. Also, if other personalities get near and they definitely have a multitask and this type of anxiety, I feel it and I don't want it to enter. I wanted to keep it at bay, You can do your things, but don't involve me. There's just no reason for me to get involved. Anyways, at this age, you're pulling out, you're pulling the anchor up. Yeah, you're pulling the anchor up. I just thought I'd just mention that. How can I really help my human state grow? How can I help my human state grow? Even if it's not like classified as spiritual or anything like that, but just my human state, my own human feelings for myself first, and then for others. How can I do it? If I'm not even connected to my parasympathetic nervous system, and I don't even understand that I'm disconnected. And the vagus nerve is such a connector. It connects, it connects everything. From the base chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. It connects everything. But it's connected humanly, not mechanically. Only humanly can it be connected. Yeah. I feel that if I repeat it enough times, I'll be able to understand it more. But it's an important factor. I want to be treated like a human. Well, I better start acting like a human. I want to treat others like a human. Yeah. Yeah. But it's amazing that even if I just push my tongue hard on my teeth, it disconnects the vagus nerve. So at some stage, because there are examples, like Radharani, I've given the example before. Premdas Shastri Babaji gave the example that Radharani, she grinds her teeth back and forth. Of course, your tongue's there, Talk about energy. Your teeth are like electric, thunderbolts. They're like thunderbolts. So the grinding of her teeth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She wants to recover herself. That's important. It just shows, just even in a mechanical way, trying to balance my EMF or my electric, my you could call the electricity that naturally comes out of me. Just trying to balance it, connect it, and everything. Just seeing, trying to look at it different perspectives. Radharani takes her teeth and grinds them back and forth. The Chinese, they know that the qi should come up in the morning. So what they do is they turn their head from side to side and chomp their teeth down. And this brings the energy higher in a natural way. So Radharani is concentrating her, if you could call it, the electric impulses within her body by grinding her teeth back and forth. So it's an important thing to do. We can take a little example from her. Also, Premdas Shastri says that she takes her fingers and really hard, like a, because she's not seeing Krishna, she's having problem understanding something that Krishna did. She's maneuvering things, trying to get things balanced so she could understand what's going on. Well, this balances you. And she does it so hard, she will crack her fingers. The only finger that didn't do it is thumb. I can crack almost every finger. That one, I got it twice. This guy's not playing around. This is the guy, the nervous guy. Yeah, there he is. He cracked. And this whole shaking or nervous system or anything like that, they're pretty steady, right? Yeah, pretty steady. Yeah, pretty steady. Yeah. It's electrical disbalance. Shaking of the hand, everything. It's electrical disbalance. So it does help. I'm using your time, but I'm telling you, when you're thinking of Radharani and thinking how she wants to concentrate her energy into Krishna and understand what's going on. Okay, I just hope that brings up some desire to know how to be a human. Being a human isn't just, havoc. It's not. It doesn't have a havoc to it. It's very scientific. And who wants to progress in the higher states of Prem, they better understand how in the lower states of just being a human, how we can be more and more human, how we can start being more and more human, acting with ourselves. The vagus nerve wants you to be connected. It wants. So it makes so many ways to connect with you. Yeah. Anyways, anybody has some insights to all this? This is science. How my most important nervous system, the vagus nerve, parasympathetic nerve system, that which makes me actually a human, I evolved from it. It didn't evolve from me. I evolved from it. So I should understand it better. Otherwise, if one ignores these things, the thymus starts disappearing. Has no use. You're not provoking or bringing to life the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve, this is the center of everything. And the thymus gland starts just disappearing. I went to the ultrasound and says, I want to do a ultrasound of my my thymus. And they said, no, for that you have to do another type of examination, Procon or something like that. But it's a gland. And for many of that gland has practically disappeared. But it's the commanding headquarters of your immune system. That's what it is. It's the commanding headquarters of your immune system. It's where all the troops come out to help fight and put people back into, or put the body cells back into their position that they're supposed to be. In this world of so many unhuman electrical charges, those unhuman electrical charges throws your body off. Yeah. Okay. Let's think about it. Don't complain about somebody not treating you like a human being if you yourself don't treat yourself like a human being. Yeah. I mean, I feel like proud. My family is this such and such, and this, I like my lineage. I'm proud of it. I know other people also have good lineage and everything. They want to be proud of it. And progress. Become more and more human. Before we can become ecstatic prema bhaktis, we certainly have to first become humans and act as humans, not as some mechanical thing. And remember, treat the tongue with cariño, with a lot of love. Put it on your teeth and think of connecting your whole body. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your time. Haribol.